This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
How's Ron acclimating to the WWF at this point? You know, comes in June. Here he is. He finds himself, you know, in March and April working with the Road Warriors and Ahmed Johnson. He's in a prime match at WrestleMania. Is he happy with his lot in life? Are you hearing from Ron?
Well, all I know, Ron was happy at the time, and Ron was just looking to make some money and be a part. And that was Ron's attitude.
It's just interesting. You know, it feels like we debut him one way and very quickly make a lot of changes. He's probably not getting everything that he was originally hoped. But you adjust course, this new nation thing starts to take some legs or get some legs, and we're off to the races. But then we try some controversial creative stuff with him and Ahmed cutting some pretty controversial promos on each other back and forth. Was Farook comfortable with this creative? I mean, I know this is the Attitude Era, the beginning of the Attitude Era, and we want some realism, but I could see how a lot of folks would say, I don't know if we should do that.
You know, I think that a lot of that was the talent's idea. And again, if you're looking at it through 2021 goggles, it's even worse. But at the time, when you mirror society and you have two guys that want to contribute, it is what it is.
So at Mania, as we mentioned, it's a pretty big match. We've already covered it before. It's available in the archives. But Farook's 38 years old here. He does get hurt during the match. Is there a concern that he maybe is aging out of in-ring competition? Of course, these days, 38 doesn't seem like a big deal. But man, people were acting like, you know, Flair was way past his prime at 40. And now we know that, you know, guys are wrestling well into their 40s and 50s. Were you guys concerned at all with Ahmed in this first year or not Ahmed, but Farook, that might be too late?
I think that, you know, there was concern as far as the injuries stacking up, and a lot of that was written off to the time that he was away and just getting back into ring shape and do what we could do. But it also was the realization of, you know what, maybe we need to pull back a little bit on his physicality and what we're going to ask him to do from a physicality standpoint.
Let's do some questions. Michael McClanahan wants to know, if The Rock never got put with the Nation and Farook became the breakout star, does Bruce believe that Farook and Austin could have had a viable feud? The idea being that, you know, Farook could have been the heel to Austin's babyface.
It's a different cadence. I think that Ron could have had a run with Steve, absolutely, as the heel antagonist. I don't know that it would have just been different than what Rock did.
Michael wants to know, was there anyone backstage who tried to mess with Ron?
What was it? He's unfuckable with.
Unfuckwithable. But seriously,
unfuckwithable.
I'm sure emotions run high after a match. Did anybody ever try to test his gangster?
Nope.
Didn't think so.
No.
Adam Arpin says, were there ever any discussions of bringing in Butch Reid to team with him prior to being paired up with Bradshaw? That's interesting. Of course, we lost Butch recently, but was there ever consideration to doing something with Butch?
There was not. And, you know, I've always been a big fan of Butch from the early 80s. And, you know, when Butch got out, Butch got out. Butch wasn't interested in coming back, to my knowledge.
Ross would write, whose idea was it to rib Farook with the Rock photo while giving the rest of the nation watches, not only in the ring, but a table for three? Also, where did the Rolexes come from? So I know how to answer the second one. Go ahead and give it to us. Where did the Rolexes come from, Bruce?
Rolexes be us and shit.
Oh, okay. They're expanding.
Yeah.
That was a fun little bit where the Rock gives the rest of the nation Rolex watches, but he gives Ron a frame photo of the Rock.
Ron won in that one, boy.
He did, especially if it's autographed.
That frame was worth something.
Yeah. More than those Folexes. Super Blurred DJ says, on the Nation of Domination episode Table for Three, Mark Henry was introduced to a man named Mr. Lenny by Ron Simmons. Can you tell us about Mr. Lenny?
No clue.
Partly chosen.
Who the hell's Mr. Lenny?
I don't know. That's what we're asking you, Bubba.
Oh, well.
Partly Chosen says, would Bruce rather take Simmons' Spinebuster or Bradshaw's Clothesline from Hell?
I'd take either one of them.
Yeah, I think Bradshaw will take care of you more. Just for his time.
I trust both of them to take care of me.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.